Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started, I want to say I have been gone for a minute. Personal things, family things, but I am back. If you notice that my channel, I have deleted videos, it's because I'm starting this channel over fresh, So we're going to be doing cooking, both healthy and just some good old food, So you see all this stuff here. I'm going to be doing some serious cooking. Now, disclaimer. Everything that I will be cooking in this video and my next video is for a very large sum of people. So, you don't need this much if you're not cooking for a big amount of people. But today in this video, we are going to be making peaches and dumplings and peach cobbler. And if you have never had either, you're missing out. So what you will need for this is some cans of peaches. I have 7 cans of peaches. You will need biscuits. I have 2 cans of those. Those are going to be the dumplings. You'll also need some butter. And you'll need a couple sticks. So that's why I bought this. And you will also need pie crust. And this is for the cobbler part of it. So that's just the basis of it. I'm going to grab some other things that you'll need. Let me set my camera down here. You're going to need you a good old pot. So that's what I'm going to be using. Let me set y'all up real good here. Trying to get a good angle for y'all. Might just keep it right there. Okay. You're going to need a plate with some flour on it. And that is for your dumplings part. So just set that to the side. You will also need sugar. Oh, let me back that up. Can you see? Sugar. Brown sugar. Cinnamon. You can use regular cinnamon. When I went to get somebody had bought the whole thing of it. So I got cinnamon with sugar, but plain old cinnamon is good enough. Allspice. You can put nutmeg in it. I personally do not like nutmeg, so I will not be using that. And here we go. Vanilla. So, I'm going to set all this to the side. So we can start cooking. So, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat on. Midway heat. Now I'm going to get to pouring my peaches. And y'all gonna see how this one dish is gonna turn into 2 different things, okay? So that's 1 can. And pour everything, juice and all. We need all of it. 2 cans. 3 cans. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit all of this in here at one time. Let's see, that's 4 cans. Let me see how much more I can get in here. And when you cooking this big, it's nice to have a bigger pan, y'all. I don't have one, and I need to invest in one. So I'm gonna see if I can fill this without overflowing it. And I don't think I can. But the other 2 cans I will cook separately. No big deal. got my ladle spoon here, so I'm just gonna stir that around. Let me get a plate here. Sit my spoon out. Now, the peaches that I used are in heavy syrup. You don't have to use heavy syrup. If you prefer the lighter syrup, go ahead and use that. You know, it doesn't make any difference. I'm just taking the heat on it. Now I'm going to add a little water. You want to use about a half a can to a can full of water. Okay. So, let's see. Focus back, focus back. There we go. So, while this is fixing to boil, let me just check my heat, y'all, carefully. Okay, I can feel it. So while this is working up to boil, we're gonna start adding our spices in there. Sorry, y'all, this camera angle just driving me up a wall. Uh-oh. There we go. That's better. That is better. So, I'm going to start off with the vanilla. Now, I'm going to use way more than what you probably need to. If you're cooking just for a family, you know, probably 2 teaspoons will do you enough. But I'm cooking big, and I need to make sure that the flavor is there. This is a dish that my grandmother taught me how to make. And if it ain't good, I'm going to hear about it. Y'all know how it is when you try to recreate them dishes and you're young, and you know they say you can't cook like the old folks, you know, but I can. So put the vanilla in there, and I'm not a measurer, you know what I mean? I'm not a measurer. That was probably about 2 tablespoons worth, but I'm all about cooking to taste. Okay, so make sure you have a separate spoon on the side, because everybody's sweetness levels is different. And some people like it sweeter, some people don't. You know, it's just up to you. So this is something that you definitely have to taste. Gonna go in with the cinnamon. And as y'all can see, I am shaking. And I'm being very liberal. I've done this plenty of times before, so I can get a gauge on how much I need to add and how much I don't. But rule of thumb when it comes to cooking, you can always add more. It's hard to take it out, to counteract the taste that you don't like. So please, if you don't know how you want it to taste yet, add some, taste it, add some, taste it. You know what I mean? So we might have to add a little bit more of these spices. We're just gonna let it boil up. And we're gonna find out. We're gonna add a little bit of this allspice. I'm not too much of a fan of it, but a little bit of this allspice. I hope this don't overflow. And how you know that you're cooking this real good and the flavor is gonna be there is the juice. You want it to have a nice brown color. If it ain't brown, it ain't even close to right. Okay? Sugar. I'm pouring the sugar in. Yes, I'm just pouring it in. Okay? If you're not cooking this big, you'll probably use about 2 cups of sugar just to make it for your family at home. Stirring everything in. Now we're going to go in with the brown sugar. So let me open that. Again, with the brown sugar. If you're just cooking it for a small family, you're probably only going to use about 2 cups of brown sugar. And I know that might sound like a lot, but you have to have that sweet factor. That taste has to be there. Stir that together. And I'm using a ladle for a reason, okay? I am using a ladle for a reason because, like I said, this is going to be 2 separate dishes. And I need this ladle to spoon out for the peach cobbler. Well, for both of them, really. Y'all see that nice dark brown color? Okay. So now, we're going to grab the butter. Y'all see we got that butter? Starting out. I'm going to put in 2 sticks. Starting out. I know it sounds crazy, but believe me. Like I said, I'm cooking big. If you're cooking for a smaller amount, you might not use 2 sticks. But you need that butter. So now, we're going to let that sit. We're going to let that boil up. It's going to take a minute to boil. Probably 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on you, depending on your stove. So once this gets to boiling up, I will be back and we'll go from there.